in Norway. I was not taken care, no medical care, nothing. But when I came here, I was taken directly to a VIP. The Spanish authorities, Spain, they took me and they healed me. They treated me without even a dime. I've had a lot of influence from the politicians and have a lot of interview, of which I turned down an offer. I'm a musician, so I don't want to mix my musical career with anything that deals with politics, I was an activist before coming to Spain. But today, actually, I modernized my way of doing things because at the end of the day, we are just being manipulated by some group of people. I've worked with politicians in my country, and I know exactly what they do. They just manipulate and use the innocent ones for their selfish interests. So I don't want to involve myself in any of those things anymore. I'm one of those people that I can really explain and tell you who is a Spanish person. How do they behave when it comes to strangers?
I saw some of your shots at the airport. You even have a suitcase and everything tailor-made, right?
Yeah. The outfit, it has taken me so long because with this, I was opportune to participate last year in the Spanish Got Talent.
Welcome back to the chat room. We bring today a special character, probably the most unique African immigrant I've met in the streets of Madrid. His name is Innocent Mikika.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Micah.
How are you today?
No, I'm doing great.
We see you out there proudly waving the Spanish flag downtown. What's behind it?
Actually, it's a sign of appreciation for what Spain has done to me. So I took it as an advantage to appreciate the Spanish people, the Spanish authority, for the way I was welcome in this country,
Tell us more about the story. How do you get to Spain?
Actually, I get to Spain, like I can tell you, really broke. When I'm talking of broke, I get to Spain with broken bones. And my journey to Europe was not actually to come to Spain. My journey to Europe was to go to Norway, which I went there. But I couldn't stay there because of the European law, the Dublin law. So I have to be sent back to Spain. And when I came back to Spain, after spending 1 month in Norway, which I was not taken care, no medical care, nothing. But when I came here, I was taken directly to a VIP. So the Spanish authorities, Spain, they took me and they healed me. They treated me without even a dime, without contributing the social security, without anything. So I got a very good treatment from the Spanish authority, from Spain in general. So after being treated and by the grace of God, I can now work and I can now do my thing. So the only way for me to appreciate it was to come out with this look, to raise the Spanish flag in the streets of Spain, telling the Spanish people how grateful I am.
So you've mentioned the Dublin law.
Yeah.
Basically, what it says is that you can't be granted asylum in another country of the European Union that is not your host country.
Actually, yeah, that's what the Dublin law functions. That's how it functions.
But not even medical assistance.
Nothing. I was taken directly to the detention camp when I asked for asylum here in Norway. I was taken directly to the detention camp where I spent almost a month there. I was almost dying, so I had to plead for them to send me to Spain.
Wow.
When I came to Spain, actually I was hoping to still have the same treatment, so I just knew maybe I'm going to die here in Europe, but by the grace of God, what happened in Spain was actually totally different from what I was thinking, and that makes me to become so grateful to the country, and I have decided to use my career as a musician to create a song for the Spanish national team, and not just that, go out and raise the Spanish flag, just to tell them how grateful I am.
You're expressing gratefulness to your host country, the country that saved your life, I can say.
Actually, yeah.
So what do you do concretely in the streets?
Actually, when I'm in the street, I have a lot of messages to pass to both to the Spanish people and to the immigrants that are in Spain and also in other countries in the world. Not only promoting my music like a musician, and I've realized that it's one of the ways to integrate into the system and also to know more about the Spanish culture and also to sensitize some of the Spanish people to tell them we are one. We are not here to profit anything, but we are also here to contribute, and we are here to see the growth of the country. Because what they did to me, if actually other immigrants were not contributing, it couldn't have happened that same way, you understand? And also a message to the immigrants that we have to be thankful and grateful, because I come to see one of the greatest successful women in United States of America. I heard one of her messages. She said her secret of her wealth is being thankful to everything, every good thing that comes her way. She's thankful to everything. So I said, why can't we also practice that in a strange land where we are, being thankful to what we are receiving, what they have given us, where we are, and it will give us that opportunity. It will open another great doors for us, you understand? So that is exactly what I'm doing in the street nowadays with the Spanish flag. And also, like a sport fan, I have realized that sport is one of the channels in which you can meet a great multitude of people. So I dedicate most of my outings to sports events,
Seeing an African promoting the Spanish culture is what I can describe as a rare but acclaimed phenomenon at the end of the day. Do you think it's very common in the community to see people doing more or less the same job?
It's actually not common. Why is it not common? Because most especially in Spain, there is a lot of controversy when it comes to the Spanish flag. So many people at times, they look at it as, is it really? Is it real? That's one of the side. And the other side is, Spanish people always look at there have been this image in Spain, like they are racist. So all the immigrants, they don't really like to integrate, or they are not in the system because they look at them as racist people. So when they see an immigrant like me doing what I'm doing, it becomes like, wow. So there's somebody like an immigrant who could really raise the Spanish flag for nothing just because he got a good treatment from the Spanish people. And that's what has been bringing a lot of doubt and a lot of questions. And people have been too surprised in what I'm doing.
The other immigrants that you have around in your friend circle, do you think they are just as appreciative as you of Spain and less critical, or is it the other way around?
Actually, you can't read people's mind, but vis-a-vis with me, about 80%, they are always like, they love what I'm doing. And they're always like, wow, I wish I could do this like you, So I've come to realize that many people, they recognize it, but they didn't have that opportunity or that courage to take it up the way I've done.
What about the locals? How do they see the concept?
The locals, right now in Madrid, where I'm based, I've been having a lot of positive response to most of the locals. Yeah, a lot of positive response, despite the fact they have been telling me in some parts of the country, I want to be welcome. So I still tell them, I'm not here for politics. I'm not doing anything in politics. What I'm just doing is to appreciate the Spanish people, no matter where you are coming from. Is it from Vasco? Is it from Barcelona? Is it from any part of the country? I just appreciate all of them, yeah.
Have you ever happened to post something and see it get to the wrong side of the internet? Negative comments and everything.
Yeah, actually, it happens most of the time. Some people just come there, most especially those people who really are in politics, They'll be like, do you think Spain will recognize you with what you are doing? Or do you think, is it a good idea? Some will be like, go and do that in Africa. Go and do that in your country. Go and recognize your country and stop wasting your time here. And, but I cannot doubt with what they say, because actually I'm not doing harm. I'm not harming anybody.
Have you got the Spanish citizenship?
Not yet.
Some would say this is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, even before I got my first resident permit,
right.
Many people who knows me, who knows I haven't got the resident permit, were like, we know what you're doing. You're trying to go to get your resident permit. And I just told them, I have never thought of it any day. And because I know I'll have it. It's obviously I'll have it because I've been doing everything right to have it. Apart from my look is just something I've been doing no matter the situations that come my way, because I've also got situations that could discourage me in doing this, but because some individuals will not be the one to really take out from me what I really intend to do, So it's been that, and I know it has favored me also in many ways, in many things.
Right. Do you think there are chances that what you're doing gets into politics and you being instrumentalized at a certain point by politicians from the right or left, whatever?
I've had a lot of influence from them, from the politicians, and have a lot of interview with them also, of which I turned down an offer. All of their offers, I turned them down because I'm a musician. So I don't want to mix my career, my musical career, with anything that deals with politics, And I was an activist before coming to Spain. But today, actually, I modernized my way of doing things because at the end of the day, we are just being manipulated by some group of people. That's what I always tell my people. We are manipulated by some group of people because I've worked with politicians in my country and I know exactly what they do. They just manipulate and use the innocent ones for their selfish interests. So I don't want to involve myself in any of those things anymore. I just tell them I'm a lover of Spain. I like Spain. If you are from the right, from the left, from the up or from the down, I really don't care. What I care is, are you a Spanish person? Are you part of those people that contributed for my well-being here? Then thank you.
So what could be your message to other immigrants like you and also to the locals based on your experience? You've been in touch with many people. I guess you know a lot about how people think here. And how the system works.
I'm one of those people, despite the fact that I've not been here for long. I've been here for 5 years, something, maybe 6 years. But I'm one of those people today that I can really explain and tell you who is a Spanish person, how do they behave when it comes to strangers, and how do they behave when it even comes to the locals.
Can you share with us 1 or 2 tips?
I will say this, many people, maybe some people won't abide with me because they haven't got the same experience like me, but that is what is it. Most Spanish people, they are not what we think racist. Even though there are racist people here, they are racist.
You always get bad seeds.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But most Spanish people, average percent of Spanish people, their problem is just they don't know how to interact with people because they have never had that opportunity to interact with strangers. So when it comes to interacting with strangers, they are too reserved. So at the end of the day, when you open them the door, they goes in with their legs and everything. If you look some of my videos in my social media platform, most of them at times when I'm in a crowded place and some of them want to take pictures with me, it's really difficult to come to me and tell me, oh, wow, I like your style. I want to take picture with you. They'll be like, you see, they are roaming around and they are talking in between them. Like, how am I going to approach this guy? When one courageous one just come in and said, wow, I love your style. I want to have pictures with you. Immediately there is a queue. Me too. I need to, people now like rushing to have pictures, to take pictures with me. So I come to realize that most of them, they don't really have that courage to interact with strangers. So it becomes like they are taking themselves out from you and you now look at them as your enemy, like they don't like you. It's not actually because they don't like you. It's just because they don't know how to interact with you. But when you give them the room, I'm telling you the truth, 80% of Spanish people, they are good people.
And it's also important to acknowledge that they are very warm. It's like I was impressed by the warmth of the locals from the beginning.
Yeah.
In public services, social interaction as in general, they don't somehow there is this barrier you mentioned at first.
Yeah.
But as in general, as long as they have a chance to talk to you, interact with you, I've even had people like random people coming, telling me jokes, having a random talk. And that's how it goes here. I'm from a Francophone background and it happens that it's not always like that over there, among us. So I think that's something cool. Now, how about the immigrants? Which tips can you share with them? Even if what you said at first affects them, in the way of seeing the locals and interacting with them, but about the mindset, about the way of behaving, ways to feel accepted and fully integrated.
One thing I would say, I'll put it this way. We only reap what we sow. Sometimes you immediately sow hatred where there is no hatred. And when you sow hatred, automatically you are reaping hatred because that's what you sow. So what I would try to tell the immigrants is we should always give room. We look at it as we are making a fool of ourselves, but no. We are not in our country. We are in somebody's country, which you are the one to go. They are not the one to come to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you are the one to go. You are the one to create that room. Unless you create the room and it didn't work. But you should not automatically judge somebody and create an enmity with that person. What I'm trying to say with this is integration is very good. When you integrate, first and foremost, we have to try to know their language. We are in their country and they are not in our country. Because I had this discussion with some immigrants like, I didn't come here to learn Spanish. I come here to look for my life, to better my life. Spanish is not my language. Oh, come on. It's not your language, but you are living there and that's where you have been. Maybe you have been there for decades.
Mm-hmm. Recently, there's been a coincidence as you were promoting the Spanish culture through the flag in the streets of Paris. Yeah. There's been a match before and then you almost got yourself into trouble.
Yeah. I went to Paris immediately after the match, France against Spain. So the guys were like, so you came here to provoke us because I was putting on the same suit,
right.
The Spanish maillot, like the Spanish flag, everything was Spain on me, So the guys were like, do you think what you're doing is normal? Do you think you came here to provoke us? I was like, no, sportsmanship.
Right.
We have to know sport is a game and the loser have to accept the defeat. And
yeah. You're planning to attend the Olympic Games, right?
Yeah. I'm planning to attend the Olympic Games.
And probably performing there.
I wish so because I haven't yet opened the opportunities, but I will do it because I already found a way out. So I'm inviting everybody to be with me because
okay.
I'm going to do some directs. I'm going to do some live events there, yeah.
I love the outfits.
Thanks very much.
I saw some of your shots at the airport. You even have a suitcase and everything tailor-made, right?
Yeah. The outfit is really something impressive. And it has taken me so long because with this, I was opportune to participate last year in the Spanish Got Talent, which I was not just called to sing one of my songs, but I was called to sing one of the Spanish national anthem. The Spanish national anthem doesn't have lyrics.
Right.
But there is an artist, she's called Marta Sanchez, who also created one, and it's with the lyrics. So they asked me to sing the version of Marta Sanchez, the Spanish anthem.
Wow.
Which I did, and it was fantastic. Yeah. The population were like, pase de oro, pase de oro, like the God, and I should give me the soul.
Right. So maybe what happened in Norway was actually a blessing in disguise.
Actually, if you are a child of God, there are some certain things. Not every disappointment is a disappointment. Many disappointments are blessings because God is preparing a great door for you.
Right. Yeah. The Bible says that the glory of the second house will be greater than the first.
Yeah. He said there is a great and mighty door open to you. Right. Just that there are many adversaries, but we overcome them.
It's been a nice talk. We made it to the end, but I would be pleased to have you anytime soon around.
Feel free. Call me anytime you want. I'm there. I'm available. And if I'm in town, then I'll be there because I travel a lot, like going to shoot some shots and do some things with.
So I'll let you look at this camera and you share a last message.
Okay, what I will tell you guys is we should integrate in any place where you are in the world. Once it is not your hometown, just try to integrate and be thankful to everything because Thanksgiving is one of the greatest keys that opens doors of favor. So we should be thankful and integrate. That is the only way we can make it where we are.
Que somos los mejores.